I've just seen a couple of red deer take off across the field there. I was watching them for a couple of minutes before they realised I was there. I was here yesterday with Puma Pete and we're having a look around. The reason is we're pretty sure that this area here forms part of a corridor that the cats might use. Certainly we are aware of puma and black leopard being seen in this area, so we came out and had a look round. There's a burn near here that we're pretty sure it follows, just based on what we found and what people have told us. And so there's lots of sign of movement, plenty of deer, fox, nothing cat-like though. So I thought I'd come back out today and just put a couple of cameras in, leave them for a few weeks and see if we turn up anything. Certainly in the last few months there's been nothing happening out here. We've not heard of any reports of vocalizations or any sightings recently. So that being winter time, I guess, I don't know where the cats go in winter. They seem to keep a low profile. Probably somewhere nice and warm anyway, wherever they go. But we'll carry on here. And there's a good spot just up there where I'll put a couple of cameras and leave them to do their work. There's a scat here. Looks like a fox. It's just full of hair, as you can see. So that's about 5 inches long, maybe half an inch wide, 3/4 of an inch at most. I'll zoom in a bit closer, you can see. Full of hair. I was going to put 2 cameras in, but I think I'll just have one, and I'll just have it looking this way, because this seems to be the busiest of the 2 routes. So I think I'll go for that. And I'm simply just going to put it in here, looking that way. The chances of anyone coming along here are minimal, or non-existent, I should say. So I think the camera will be perfectly fine. We'll leave it for a few weeks and then come back and see if anything of interest has moved. So there's the camera there. Like I say, if anyone comes along here, I'll be very surprised. But I did actually have a camera out at another location where they were planting trees, and one guy came within 6 feet of the camera. He never saw it. He never looked. And how he never saw it, I don't know. And another place, another bit of forestry, 2 guys came right past it. Of course, they're on their phones, totally oblivious to the surroundings. Never saw it. So, in one way, mobile phones are a blessing. In others, a curse. Right, what we'll do is just put a bit of this around it. Let's check that angle, make sure it's right. A bit more that way, possibly. Right. Right, I'm quite happy with that. There's just one more thing to do. So what I'll do is I'll just put this stick here. This is for sizing. So from there to the top of the stick is 30 inches. So anything goes past, I know what size it is. And the other advantage is it may pause to have a sniff of the stick. I've seen the deer do that before, so it's quite handy. So to finish this video, I'll tell you a second story that I heard recently. This is from the old gent that I spoke to. And it's relating to the puma that he saw initially back in August of '78. So the second time that he saw it, he was with his father, and they saw it coming across a stubble field. So they watched it, and it went into an old quarry. And this quarry, he told me, was about 60 feet deep. It was a dry quarry, he said. So they thought, right, let's go up and see if we can get a look at it. So they went off into the quarry, and I think there's a few spoil heaps around it, he said. So his father walked around one side of the spoil heap, and out from the other side shot the puma. So off it went. So I think he said that it passed so close to him he could have reached out and touched it. I can't remember. I'll have to ask him again. But they investigated further, and there was an old concrete shed there, and next to it was the remains of lambs, rabbits, and pheasant. So they knew it had been making kills and eating them there. And they said it was definitely had a lair in that old concrete shed. So that was his second encounter with it. But that quarry now is infilled now, so there's no point going back there. But the interesting thing is that's only about not even half a kilometre from where he first saw it, just over the hill from the quarry. And that, as I say, that was when he was going to work one morning on the bus. So that was another encounter of his. So he's been quite lucky. I think it was 3 or 4 puma sightings, and the other one that I haven't told you about yet, but that involves a black cat. But that'll be the subject of another video. So I've got to do some follow-up work on that. Even though it was about 30 years ago, there's possibilities with that something I might be able to turn something up. We'll see. But I think that's it for the video just now, anyway. If you're looking to buy a trail camera, have a look at this one. This is on Amazon right now, and at that price, it's really, really good. I've got a few of them already, and the picture quality is good. You won't go wrong with that at that price. So definitely try those. And I think that's it. I'll just have my tea, then I'm going to head back home.